Okay, sweet. As you can see, we are now live. So, welcome back, everyone. It's August now, and we still have no Dr. Gall news. But what we do have are some fun guests tonight. So,
Woo!
Emily, do you want to do the introductions tonight for us?
Yeah, so we have first up our faithful friend and listener, Abby.
Woohoo!
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Woo!
whoop, whoop,
Welcome,
whoop.
Abby. And
Whoop,
we
whoop.
also have Ronnie from jabberjays.net.
Whoop, whoop,
Woohoo!
whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah!
So cool. I feel like, as I do ask when we have guests on, I kind of want to hear a little bit about from Abby and also Ronnie, like your Hunger Games story, like how you got into Hunger
Oh my God.
Games and, just like, tell me everything about the last 10 years.
I mean, we could honestly devote an entire episode on this. So I think I was 16 and I was about to turn 17 in 2012. I'm old. So I frequented a bookstore that was kind of near my house, and I would always ask like, hey, like, what do you guys have that's new? Because I love reading. And the cashier was like, oh, we have this book called The Hunger Games. We just got it in. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I mean, as everybody else does, I think here in this chat, we just fell in love with it. I just absolutely fell in love with it instantly. The fact that it was like District 12 is in Appalachia, which is like the area that I was living in at the time, was really like just cozy and comforting to me, even though the story is just kind of horrific at the same time. But I ended up like kind of becoming part of the Hunger Games like Twitter stan community, like back in the day, when they announced the movie was being made and in production and stuff. And as we're doing today, I got obsessed with looking at the set photos and stuff like that, just looking at every single detail. And then I ended up working with jabberjays.net. And I was kind of like their, I guess, Twitter correspondent, where I just kind of scouted out news and would submit it to them. But because of that, I got to go to the Mockingjay Part 2 premiere and after party in New York City in 2015, which
So
was
cool.
so much fun. I absolutely loved it. I got everybody to sign my book and everything. But then when it was my first time in New York ever. And that's when I decided to move here. So in 2016, I moved up here, and I'm still here today. And very excited to talk about the Hunger Games again, because I never thought this would ever happen. So yeah,
Aw,
that's it. That's a condensed version.
I love that. I love that it brought you to your new home. That's so cute.
It did. It really did. I don't think I would live here without the Hunger Games, which is kind of strange, but it really
Yeah.
did bring me here.
Yeah, that's a fun sentence to share with people about your where you live is the Hunger Games moved me out here.
You,
What brought you
you
here?
know,
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that though. Like, and that's so funny. I never really thought about it like that, but you're so right, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Thank
Sweet.
you.
And then
Thank you for
Abby,
having
let's
me.
yes, we're so grateful to have you on. It's so cool to have somebody. I was just saying from back in the day, like Jabberjay.net. Oh my gosh, my 12-year-old dreams are just all coming true tonight.
Yeah. I feel like it's fun to have a fellow kind of like, because I worked on a fan site as well. So kind of someone who was on the same kind of side of the fandom doing similar things as I was back
I
in the
mean,
day.
it was very intense, as you know, like very intense.
Yeah. It was everything was on Twitter back then too, which is just it's
Yeah,
so different.
it is. But hey, we're moving on. New decade, I guess.
Awesome. Okay, Abby, what's your story? We want to hear it.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I was 11 when I heard of the book, and I actually heard of it from my mom because her coworker read it and she was like, "Oh my God, this like series is so good, you have to read it." And so she read it and then she was telling me about it and she was like, "You have to read it, it's so good." So then I read it and then it was over.
The rest
I
is
was
history.
obsessed.
I love that. Okay, favorite characters for both of you. You can't pick Katniss too.
Oh God.
Side characters, I guess.
I do want to say Finnick, which I know is kind of cliche, but like Finnick is definitely up there. I would say Finnick. He's so cool. He's so cool, and he's so hot. So like, of course.
I feel like
Yes.
Finnick is underrated, even though like people love him. He's still not rated highly enough. Like,
No, that's so true. I mean, not to hate on Gale fans, but like, come on, he should at least be higher than Gale.
That's true. I will agree.
I feel like Finnick is weird in the sense that like the aspects of him that are like overrated are not the most interesting parts about him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
yes.
No, that's so true.
Like the parts that are underrated should be like it should be swapped. I don't know. I feel like he gets hyped for not necessarily like the wrong reasons, but just like incomplete reasons.
Yeah. He just had the best lines. Like all of his lines were just so well done. I
Very
mean,
true.
I love him. I cry every single time I see it. I watch Mockingjay Part 2 because of him.
I just stopped watching before that part happened.
Yeah, this never happened.
No, you just skip ahead and you're just like, oh, I guess Finnick just went off to go find Annie.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's in District 4. Everything's
It is
fine.
more after the sewers. That's where the movie ends on my DVD.
No, it sounds the same. I'm confused. Okay.
Oh,
Abby,
Isaac's
who's
mom
yours?
also introduced him to the books.
Oh, cute.
Reading the comments.
Cute. I was like, wait, where?
Oh.
I was like, there's no Isaac in the chat. And I was like, oh yeah, we're streaming right now.
Should we talk about?
Wait, no, Abby didn't give her
Yeah,
favorite.
Abby.
Oh yeah.
That's
Abby's
such
favorite
a hard
character.
question. I feel like it's PETA, but I want to say Haymitch
Ooh, good.
Oh, good one.
because I love Haymitch.
Yes.
Image is iconic.
He's just
I just
so
really
witty.
wish we saw. I wish we saw his games in Catching Fire. Like I know Catching Fire is the perfect movie, but like I would
But
have liked
is it?
something. I need Haymitch. Honestly, it would be perfect if they had the Haymitch Hunger Games like
Mhm.
scene. I would have died. It would have been so good.
Yeah, I agree. Or how everyone was talking about Ballad. Ooh, I want to hear my question for both of you. Last question before we dive into tonight's talk is, did you enjoy Ballad? Yes or no, and give a reason as to why.
Oh god.
Oh,
Because it's a dividing question.
it's divisive.
Yeah.
So honestly, when I first read it, I didn't really get it. I don't want to say I didn't get it, but like it took me a second to really process it, and it wasn't really until I read it the second time when I kind of understood what she was doing, because you know how he is such an unreliable narrator, and like I don't know if I'm just stupid, but like I just didn't get like the entire time like that he was. I still felt like I was supposed to be rooting for him, if that made sense, because I mean she does it. She shows his, I guess, narcissism in such subtle ways a lot, which I now think is brilliant, but like I didn't pick up on it, I guess, when I first read it. But I've read it, I think 4 times, like in the past 2 years, just to kind of solidify it in my head. And like, I do like it. I do really think I think it's brilliant, honestly. in a lot of ways. We can get into it later, but like, I really do enjoy it now.
Yes.
I
about
didn't
you?
like it when I
Yeah, I hated it when I first read it
Like,
too.
but the problem is I haven't read it since 2020 and I'm literally rereading it right now for the first time.
Well, good.
What do you think of it right
But-
now?
I like it better now. Like, I think
Mhm.
it's good. My problem with it the first time was like, I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting, I guess. I didn't expect to
Yeah.
like hate him so much. And then he's just, like you said, it's the like unreliable narrator that
Yeah.
I hate reading from his, like, I hate reading his thoughts and I hated. I like it now, but that's
Mhm.
what I had a problem with the first time.
He's just so frustrating, and it's hard to read a character like from a character's perspective that you don't enjoy
Yeah.
reading from. So
Yeah.
Because Katniss.
yeah,
we
it
love
was
Katniss.
a rude awakening.
Was she-
I feel like.
Katniss was, I would argue, an unreliable narrator though, like
Yeah.
quite a bit, but
Yeah.
she was at least
Mhm.
still likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay. Well, we have a lot of news to get into this week. Dun, dun,
So
dun.
much.
Where should we start?
I love some good
Um,
that photo talk.
Okay.
There are quite a few set photos. I mean, I guess we could start with Centennial Hall and the
Oh
things
my
that we
god, my
saw
favorite.
there. There was a couple of different set photos. There's one that we saw kind of like smoke in the air, so like some sort of explosion was going on. There was one where we saw peacekeepers in
my
kind of a
favorite.
doorway. And
Mhm.
then there was, I guess the other main one was one that had some propaganda posters and the Capitol seal.
Yeah. I have those all pulled up on my computer. I have like a Word document with all these
Look at
pictures.
Ronnie, ready to
Yes.
go.
I saved all of them. I'm ready.
Yes. I'm
Let's
I
talk
need that
about
document.
the peacekeeper outfits. Does anybody have any like
Obsessed.
initial thoughts? Yeah, you love them?
Yeah, I love them. It's very. It reminds me a lot of the first movie, but like even more like early. Like it does look like how the peacekeeper uniforms look in the first movie. It looks like that was the OG peacekeeper suit. Like but it still looks similar enough. Like I was kind of glad that they didn't do like Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 2, like peacekeeper uniforms. I wasn't sure how they were going to do that. That was actually like a really big question in my head after I read the book. I was like, how are they going to do the peacekeeper uniforms? I'm not even kidding you. That was a big question. And just the fact that they are sticking closer to the first movie, even though it's Francis Lawrence directing it, I think that's a really good sign that it's going to be. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, they're remembering
Shout out to
that
Gary
it's a
Ross
prequel.
for the best.
Gary Ross.
Gary Ross's boss.
miss
We all
him.
know.
Ross's boss. Ross's boss.
Ross's boss. What do you guys
Sometimes.
think though?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think I'm happy. I think you explained it perfectly. It's like we need to remember that this is a prequel and things can't look better than they did post Mockingjay or even post pre Hunger Games ish, because this happened decades before. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm content. I like the little image that we got.
Yeah, I'm like I need to see it in high quality, but the boots were very similar too, if not like the
Yeah.
same as in the first movie, and it definitely looks like an outfit that's a more like pared down version of the first movie peacekeeper
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like army guy.
Well, I think that I don't know if I read this or like heard it or something, but Francis Lawrence said the reason why he changed the peacekeeper uniforms in Catching Fire was because like he wanted to show that there was a stronger civil unrest in the country, and so the peacekeepers had to like, I guess, bulk up and like get better, stronger uniforms, which is why they look more like they honestly look like insects, honestly, in Catching Fire through Mockingjay.
Well, I think it's also their face needed to be covered, and they needed to look less human-like, just so that they could lean more into the like violence against the peacekeepers, just to keep that PG-13 rating.
Yeah, and there's also something about like somebody hiding their face from you while they do like awful things. It's terrifying. Like there's no humanity there. But it looks like these peacekeepers at least have some humanity left, because it doesn't look like it's the full covered helmets.
Yeah, I want a better look at like the helmet or like what the headpiece looks like, because that's the most interesting, I think.
I can't tell if their face is covered at all or not.
Doesn't really look like
it doesn't look like it's covered, but I'm just curious what it looks like at the top.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna have those visors? Because I think in the ones in the first movie had like those weird visors that would go in front of it.
Right. I think that's kind of like my question. I'm wondering if they're gonna include that.
I don't think they will. I don't know. That's just like my gut feeling based off of what we see. Because it kind of like what it looks like is just kind of like World War I army men or something. I don't know. It looks
almost
very,
like maybe they're wearing like a white hat or something.
Oh yeah. A little
it's adorable.
Bucket hat.
It's like I was a barista for like 10 years, so like I would have to wear a little hat like that
Aw.
I'm basically a peacekeeper at this point.
There you go. You're on set right now, actually. You're not in Brooklyn. You lied.
I'm sorry. You guys had to know some way.
I know that Emily, you were excited about the banner that we got to see in Pan Am We Trust.
Yeah, I was really excited about it, but now I'm feeling kind of unsure what we even saw
No.
a picture of.
I know. I thought the same thing.
Because, I was zeroed in on the seal and the poster, but then looking at the actual picture, it's not like on a wall that they would use during filming. Like, what is that? It seems like it's on a
It looks
piece of a wood trailer or something.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind
I
of
get
thinking,
it.
is that just something that they had and like are putting up for like decoration, like around,
To
like
throw
maybe it's
people
the craft
off.
services table or something. I don't know.
No,
No,
that
they're like,
was
take pictures.
I really thought that though. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Is this on a shed? Like, why does it look unfinished?"
Yeah.
It does. There's something off about it. Maybe it's like I don't even know. The
They're trying to
poster
distract
though,
us.
they are. That's honestly what I thought a little bit.
They're like,
but
take a picture of this.
Yeah, exactly.
probably because like the poster is very. I saw some comments online where people were like, "Okay, but like the poster is just like from the first. It's from the original series. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that poster shows
Yeah.
up. I think it's at
Mhm.
least Mockingjay Part 2, and it just looks like it was printed off of a computer." And then the weird seal that's like in the center, I guess, of like that little unfinished wooden door. I don't know. There's something a little cheap about it, but
Yeah.
who
I
who
kind of
knows?
think
I
that
want
they're pieces from Mockingjay Part 2. I don't know why. I think maybe they just kept them and
Because they knew
Maybe
that Suzanne was working on something and they're like, let's keep it. I have a whole conspiracy now.
I mean, maybe it was just to like signify. Maybe there are a lot of wooden sheds like that back there, and they wanted to signify which one is used for the Mockingjay film or for the ballad filming. Just be like, this is it. This is your guys' shed or something. I don't even know. But it's interesting. But also,
yeah,
they're like,
does anybody else have other thoughts? Or no?
The poster?
Just poster question mark?
The
Yeah, like
poster?
do we think that that's actually being used in the film, or
I don't think so, because it looks like how he said, it looks like it was printed off like a printer last minute. But I don't know. The wooden board thing is weird.
yeah, it's just throwing me
know.
off.
It's not very capital. Like even though this is like post-war capital,
Yeah.
but still.
I'm just kind of
See, my
bummed because
thought-
I was excited, but now I'm like, oh, I don't think that's anything real.
Oh.
I just thought it could have had something to do with ballad because obviously people don't love the Capitol right now, and there's like the war just happened and the Dark Days just finished. So
I mean,
don't know,
maybe
like
it's like
the
a boarded. Maybe it's a boarded up like vendor or something like after the war. I don't know.
Just something where people
So-
are like just half interested or not as interested as they were before. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I'm surprised to hear that everyone's, or at least Emily's thoughts on it, because I remember you just love this. You love this. And so
Yeah,
it's
I
sad that
mean,
it's
I
not
was
actually
excited,
legit
and then-
anymore.
No, I was excited too. Honestly, it wasn't until we started talking about it where I was like, wait a second.
Something
before,
doesn't
I
look
mean-
right here.
Yeah, no, this was the first picture that I saved, like because I
Mhm.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very off. I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about this on a previous episode, if you guys have, but like the thought of this being a movie just seems. I just can't imagine it.
No, I
don't
can't
know if
either.
you guys feel the same. Like I feel like it's going to be so. I don't want to say it's going to be different, but like there's not going to be a movie like this, which is very exciting. But I can't imagine this being filmed at all.
No, me too.
But the
That's
set-
exactly how I
Yeah.
feel.
I mean, the set photos are promising though, because like every new one that comes out, I'm just like, oh, okay, I could see that. Like, and Centennial Hall's a little iffy because like if we want to go back to that, it's like enclosed. I mean, I'm sure that there might be some sort of CGI thing going on where they have it open or something like that. I don't know, but it didn't seem like it was from the book, but at the same time, it seems very movie capital accurate. So I'm totally okay with it. But I don't know. What do you guys think of Centennial Hall? What's that?
I had a theory that I said that during the bombing scene that the ceiling would collapse and that would like open up for the drones and also the rain and the snakes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You posted on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I 100% agree.
So I hope that
feel like
happens.
that would be. I mean, did you guys see the rubble like in some of the set photos from the outside?
Yeah, I feel like that's like another thing to talk about. I feel like that kind of confirmed that it's definitely the arena.
Yeah, because I feel like there's. Oh, I need to find it. There's a picture of a pillar that's like sideways, and you can see words on it, and it's like A, and then like you can't see the rest of the word, and then the last end of the word is an A, and I'm like, does that say arena?
I thought that too. I thought it maybe said arena, but I wasn't sure.
No, I'm glad that I have a second of like somebody else.
It looks like arena to me.
I think we're right. Because like I tried to like space it in my head. I was like, okay, how many letters can fit behind that B?
The detailed way we look into everything in these photos.
No, it's
I love it.
Super sleuth.
No, it's feeding me right now. I love it.
It's bad because we're feeding each other right now. So then it's just gonna get worse and worse, and pretty soon we're gonna be seeing like anything we want to see.
Or better and better.
Or
we'll be like, wait, if you look
just...
in the corner, you can see Tom right there, that little ant over there.
Little speck right there.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, we might be right about some of these things, though. I have some theories about some other pictures as well. I'm putting it out into the universe.
Ooh, yes.
I kind of feel like they maybe are not using the zoo.
I don't either.
Because, like, I feel like it was perfect, but wouldn't we have seen something? Like, I mean, they're not filming there anymore, so I kind of think that's not it.
I don't think it is either, but like I don't know why they didn't use it.
It seems so perfect.
It does, and like they could have closed off like some sections of the enclosures or whatever to film, like even during the day. But like I haven't seen anything about any areas being closed. I've looked.
Yeah, I even love the entrance to the zoo. I felt like that looked so Capitol-like. It looked so like kind of vintage.
The little sign, they could have easily just like digitally made it into like the Capitol seal or something.
Yeah, that's
like true. It was so perfect.
It was. I feel like we would have gotten some leaked set pictures if they were actually filming there.
That's fair, yeah. You guys are breaking my heart tonight. Jeez.
I know.
I know this tonight. Like y'all have hopes and dreams. That sucks.
Yeah. But at least we know we're gonna get something. We don't know what we're gonna get, but we're gonna get something.
I have faith. Yeah. I have faith that it's gonna be good at least.
I trust them.
I do too. I think it's gonna be good.
I mean, when James Newton Howard was announced to come back for the score, I immediately was like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
One thing I realized
his score,
when Holly and I were doing our top scenes in the Hunger Games episode, I mean, it was the score.
Yes.
Every single scene that we talked about, we're like,
God.
I love the music. I love the score in this scene.
Oh my God. No, it's I listened to it all, like I can name so many right now. Oh my, like the claw coming down and catching fire, like just that music is beautiful. Like it's I'm so excited. I hope that he throws some homages to the original trilogy. I guess 4 movies, which I'm sure he will.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I'm curious if they're gonna keep the hanging tree lyrics from oh gosh, what was it? They changed it. Hope and Rope.
They better keep
Necklace
the
of
Rebel
rope, I
remix
hope.
in
Rope.
there.
It
Yeah.
better be
Better be a
rope.
rope.
Ronnie, are you a fan of the Rebel remix? Yes or no? You
No.
better say yes. You better say yes.
Okay, I haven't listened. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't listened to it in years, but I think it like looking back at it
garbage.
now,
That
I think
trash.
it's kind of camp. I think it's kind of camp.
Really?
I haven't listened to it since. No, I haven't listened to it since like 20. God, I haven't listened to it since like 2017. I think. But like looking back at it now, I will keep you updated. I feel like it might be camp at this point.
That's
Yeah.
your homework tonight is to listen to it.
Oh God. What would Lucy Gray think of that?
Oh no, that's the question.
She would have ran off into the woods much earlier.
Oh, true. Okay, should we talk about the potential hanging tree?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
So many pictures.
I love where it's being filmed. That
Yeah.
park is so cool.
It's
I
beautiful.
think it used to actually be like a coal plant, or it did like stone or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was an iron. I think iron. Was...
Yes.
I'm like, you guys have done your homework. That's cool.
Don't ask me how to pronounce the name of the location. I can't do that.
Lute's Shaft's Park or something like that. I don't know. I've been typing that word though like many times over the past like I would say 3
into
weeks.
Instagram tags to look for
Into
pictures.
Instagram
Me too.
and like other like Hunger Games accounts and stuff. And I know how to spell it now, but like I don't know how to say it at all. It's very strange.
Ronnie, you and I are on the same wavelength about like just finding information.
No, it's
I
like,
love that.
It's my obsession. It's so bad. But yeah, the tree looks cool. I'm curious to see how much like where it's blue at the top. I'm curious to see how big the tree will be, like with the CG and everything. It's in front of this weird like water thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might look. I don't think we're even gonna see the water once the crowd kind of fills in. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll put, I don't know, a platform to people to stand on to like fill it in, so you can't even tell it's
disturbing.
there.
That's good though. That's very disturbing.
I don't know, but I think it's gonna look really cool with all that kind of machinery, like everything behind it. It's gonna be a really cool shot with all the foliage and everything. It might even seem like it's on kind of more of the edge of District 12 if we don't see like the ground.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
Right.
I agree. That weird half bridge thing, I want to know what that was. I just think it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the big overhang thing. I love that.
That giant metal piece. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll make for a cool shot. It's gonna be so upsetting. I mean, this is a sport. Like, we can do spoilers on here, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Janus's death is going to absolutely destroy me. He is my husband.
I hope so.
He is my husband. I want to marry him. He's so
he's
sweet. We can share. It's 2022. We can share. It's fine.
Oh my God.
But like that's going to absolutely destroy me. And I know it's going to be such a haunting scene. I mean, a lot of people I've seen complain about the third act of the book, where I've just read a lot of like, oh, it's boring, but like I think it's like one of the strongest. Yes. I swear to God, like if you go to Twitter, that is a huge criticism.
No,
it has all the powerful moments, like the hanging tree, the mob scene or the hub scene where like Choreo kills like Mayfair and that whole thing and the end with Lucy Gray, I like the ambiguous ending. Like that's gripping. I don't know. The games just kind of seemed a little boring to me when I read it because like you don't really get a lot of perspective from like a character in the arena.
And you don't know the characters very well.
No, they all die. Like half of them die before they even start. Like I'm surprised they didn't even cancel the games. I would have at that point. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree. I love part 3. I'm most excited for that.
Yeah. my favorite act out of the book.
I'm so glad
me
you guys
too.
liked it too.
I want to reread
I'm-
it. I need to reread it soon.
You should honestly, you'll like it more every single time you reread it. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
just getting brainwashed
That's
or
how I
what,
feel.
but like,
Well, that's like Mockingjay. We talked about, I mean, as kids,
No,
everyone hated Mockingjay.
exactly. No, it was my least favorite. I reread it, I think, more than all the other books now.
Yeah, and it means more, I think, than any of the other books. But
I agree.
Rip
So, yeah.
Catching Fire.
Rip.
yeah, rip.
The movie will
I-
always be better though.
Exactly. You're always number one in our hearts. Potentially,
Yes.
maybe always. We'll see with
Maybe.
Ballad. I hope Ballad's better. Like, I really hope for success, but
I know this is kind of an off-topic conversation, but I don't think I've heard anybody else really ask this. Do we think it's going to be successful? I hate to bring that in, but
More depressing.
I don't.
I know.
I think they'll sell tickets. Oh, sorry, my dog. I think Georgia.
Your
I
dog,
think they'll.
Georgia has strong
my little
opinions,
white
very
pussy dog.
strong
She's
opinions.
like, wait a second. I think they'll sell tickets, but I don't think that. I think people will leave the theater angry, and compare it to the Hunger Games and say it was the worst Hunger Games.
They'll
movie.
say where's Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, literally.
I don't know about that because there is a games and I think there is going to be a lot of intensity. I don't think it's
agree
going to
with
have the
that.
same reaction as like a Mockingjay Part 1. I think people are going to like it more.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
think
optimistic.
that too.
I'm
Sorry.
optimistic, but the only thing that I don't trust is like Lionsgate has done no marketing for it. And
Yeah.
like I know we're still like a little over a year away, but if they want like a big hype, I'm expecting them to really ramp it up at least in like January. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that it's hard for them to promote it right now because the only like official thing that's been like released as far as like imagery is like the little like animated
CGI trailer.
but like to be honest, I feel like I could see that more. Like why is that not like in my sponsored ads on Instagram? Why is that not like by the
And
official
also,
like why is that not more?
Why was it
Well,
only
even-
shown before like the Lightyear movie? Like, why aren't we seeing that more in front of other movies?
Why didn't I see it in front of Elvis yesterday?
I saw it.
Wait,
I saw it in
what?
front of Elvis.
Are you
Yes,
kidding
Did
me?
I feel
No, I'm
cheated?
serious. I screamed. I was at the AMC on like 73rd where I actually saw Mockingjay Part 2 when I went to the premiere there.
Oh.
And they played it and like I like yelled.
Emily, did you go to AMC? Like maybe it's an AMC thing.
I was at Harkins.
Oh, maybe I should go
What
see
the
Elvis at AMC then. Well, my sister said she saw Elvis at AMC. Oh wait, no, she didn't see it at AMC. Maybe I should go to AMC. Now I have like a thing that I need to do. Okay.
That's your homework.
Yeah, because I'm like, why aren't they? Okay, I agree with you, AJ. Why aren't they showing it more where they need to? I don't know. It's just
They
making me
don't.
uncomfortable.
Well, also the first movie, like even like when Jennifer Lawrence was cast, before they even started filming, they released that Entertainment Weekly shoot.
Yeah.
Where I mean, she was very heavily tanned. I do have to say, and
Yeah, I
and
remember
those pictures.
That. Yeah, I'm like, I remember that. How could I forget?
It was a very big deal, though. Well, it's because when she was first cast, I don't know if the youngins in the crowd remember when she was first cast. Everybody was like, "Who?" And then they were like, "Who is this blonde girl that like?" No, she's not Katniss, and like everybody complained about it. Like all the fans did. And then when they released the Entertainment Weekly like photo shoot, everybody shut up and they were like, okay, okay, this is good. We're fine with this. But like you would think something like that. I guessed honestly, like before they even started filming, that we would have at least a first look at like Coriolanus in costume. I mean, I'm curious, like what is he gonna look like? He's gonna be wearing a wig, I'm sure, for most of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Curious what his hair is gonna look like. I don't know. This movie's driving me insane. I just think the lack of like news that we get from it.
But the
it's
timeline
so
is
much
also
less.
different because when that came out of Jennifer Lawrence in EW magazine, that was like 10 months before the movie came out.
No, it was I think right, or I feel like it was like right after she was cast. I think it was before they started filming.
It was May 2011. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And the movie came out in March.
2012.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was about 10
Yeah.
months before.
It was like, yeah, so it was.
So I
think
feel
we
like
got
we have
that
a little
picture
bit of
right before the
time.
photos. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Still.
like. I'm not like losing hope like right now, because I'm like we're still like a ways away, but it's like I'm just thinking of the casual movie fan, not like people like us, and as far as like
Yeah.
and so many people don't even know that the book is a thing. Like so many people don't
Yeah.
even know happening in the first place. And like I feel like you hear about the upcoming Marvel movies or whatever other big franchise movies like 2 or 3 years before they actually come out,
Yeah,
and
that's so true.
and Lionsgate is just like ballad what? Like
Yeah.
Which
They
is
could have done
strange
something
because
at Comic-Con.
it's their like tentpole movie.
right.
Yeah.
And like, you hear about them
Not
talk
the
about
tentpole.
early earnings call.
There's his one-liner for the night, people.
No, listen, I've been trying to get into the Zoom for like 30 minutes.
Where you
Jason,
been?
what?
Oops.
We have a
Say your
storm
thoughts.
and I got kicked out.
Oh no.
Oh.
Say your thoughts
On what? I'm sorry.
On everything, on all the
on
set
everything.
photos.
I never really liked the ballad and I still really don't, but I'm okay with everything so far.
Okay, there you go.
Wise words. Wise
Thank you,
Musical
Chase.
version. Sorry, go ahead, AJ. I think I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just saying basically just like just thinking about like the casual movie fans like don't know that this is happening, and I feel like they should really step it up, because if they're only going to start promoting like early next year, I feel like it could still like come around, like if they really just blast marketing like crazy. But I also just don't, for some reason I just don't feel like they're going to do that. I don't know why. And I feel like, I don't know, I always had this like weird feeling that they're doing this for like the fans, but like I don't feel like they're trying to make this like a blockbuster for them. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know.
I do. I understand. I wish that they like. Honestly, I'm happy with that. Even if they're just making it for the fans, I do want it to be successful. But I do agree with like the marketing, because like during the run of the original franchise, the marketing was on point. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely on point. I feel like it is a lot of the same people that are doing the marketing for this movie. So I think I'm just like holding out for like they might just be waiting, and then they'll like unleash the beast at some point. I still have that hope in my mind.
I mean, I think I see a lot of it coming out towards like Thanksgiving. Like come November, I think we're gonna start seeing more in theaters, and like I don't know, and maybe even like that Entertainment Weekly idea, just like things like that. I think it'll come later, but again, I just don't know how people will like react to it. Even though there is a Hunger Games in it, it's like it's definitely not on the same scale, and it's very different, obviously. So I don't know.
I feel like
Does anyone else hear the cricket?
That's me.
Yeah.
That's from me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Georgia. Carry on.
I feel like they do expect it to do really well. Like it is their main movie coming out next year, but I think maybe they just don't realize that. I mean, you go on to the Hunger Games Reddit and still people are posting about Snow fan casts, like not realizing that somebody has been cast. I think I saw one for like Jamie Campbell Bower the other day, and it's like,
oh my God.
what?
Oh, I saw that.
Snow's been cast. Like we're moving along here. I think they just kind of expect it to do well with like minimal marketing effort.
Yeah. I Snow's been cast. It's Tom. Love Tom. Absolutely love Tom. Tina and I were talking about Jamie Campbell Bower last week, and we are like, in an alternate universe.
I know.
Isn't he too old?
I
The
know.
Twilight
Not like the fourth YA film.
I know, but
Literally.
I have such strong faith in his abilities. That's just a side note. I'm done. We don't have to go into that. I just needed it to be acknowledged at least once.
Yeah, hopefully the marketing ramps up at some point.
Let's just hold out hope for now. That's all we can do. I trust them. I think.
I don't get it. Like Hunger Games, it's not like it was a small thing. Like what? Why
Well, it's their biggest. It's their most successful. Like Lionsgate's most successful franchise. Like it has grossed them the most money out of anything. So you would think that they would care more about it.
I think they care a lot more about Twilight this year and last year. And so I feel like if they do any promotion about the Hunger Games, it's going to be like, oh, the Hunger Games Renaissance. And just because everything's coming back to Hot Topic now, that's a whole different story about Twilight. But
it's a resurgence.
Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not talking Divergent.
Yes.
Flashbacks.
But yeah. So I think if they market, they're going to be like, remember Twilight had a renaissance? Well, now guess who else has a renaissance? Our second favorite child to Twilight.
I could see the rumblings of a Hunger Games renaissance. I do think that people, I mean, I have seen comments where people have been like, oh, like, I'm going to read this. I didn't know that this was a thing. And like people liking it. And I think when the marketing really hits, that like when it hits the fan, I think that people will be more excited about it. Because it doesn't really seem like they're really trying right now, but I don't know. I'm hopeless here. I don't know what else to do.
I'm kind of curious. How do you guys feel about the spoiler pictures, like the leaked photos?
I love
like
them.
You like seeing them, or does it like ruin anything for you?
It's giving us something.
It's what?
I'm just saying it's giving us something because Lionsgate hasn't given us anything, you know.
Right.
Exactly.
I know, like, if Lionsgate was doing more, I would be not like annoyed, but I would be like, wait, no, I want to control my experience as much as possible. But they're not doing anything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm taking this as the official promotion. It's like, until y'all decide to do something, this is what's happening.
I love it.
And if y'all can't be mad at it because you're not doing nothing, I'm censoring myself. But yeah, like I got words.
I've never minded spoilers is the thing. Like if there was back when the original run was happening in the movies, I would be on Tumblr and like looking up spoilers for like clips of the movie that were like in another country that like it premiered before America, and like would watch them. Like I did not care. I was like, give me anything at this point. So I truly love them. I love set photos. Plus, it's always interesting to see how much it changes between like what you see in the picture versus like how they do it on screen with like CG and all that stuff.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like, I mean, I'm somebody who, like, if there's something coming out, and it could be a TV show too, or even like a music album, doesn't just have to be a movie, but if there's something I'm really looking forward to, I will avoid spoilers like the plague. But the only difference is that, like, with the Hunger Games, like, since I created my Instagram account and like we've been doing this, I'm like, I can't avoid spoilers. Like,
no.
I would say it's my job. I don't make money from my Instagram, but like I treat it like a job. Like I take it very seriously. And so I'm like, man, whatever. But it is what it is. And then, you know, it's still exciting because, like you said, like it's still going to look different like in the actual film, because like set photos are set photos, but you don't have all the editing. You don't have the, like, you know, the colors are changed, and you have the score and you costume and all of the other stuff that makes it a movie. So I feel like a leaked like set photo is cool, and it gives some information, but it's definitely not, it doesn't hold a candle for like seeing like the final shot of something, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Which other set photos did we want to talk about though? Did you see the ones that you guys I think posted today that I saw? Where it
like
looks
that
like
we
it's
just
posted? The ones that are like the
Yes.
forest, like with the
Oh my gosh, those
Yeah,
ones.
to be honest, I don't even know what I'm looking at. those photos. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, you know,
same,
my
but,
heart
like, I
is
don't
my
know
heart
what
is
I-
racing, but I'm like, what's even in this photo? I don't know.
The first one is giving me like Midsummer vibes, like
Oh my god.
with the people walking in the distance, like in these very colonial-esque outfits. Which I'm confused about because I didn't think that they were filming District 12 stuff right now. I'm like, am I right? Like, are they wearing just like colonial outfits, or is that how people in Germany just dress?
I don't
Because I
know.
don't know. Could not tell you. I mean, it's very pretty though.
Yeah,
Whatever
it
is.
looks really pretty.
But the next one with like that's in the field with like the tents and stuff set up. I mean, it looks
Mhm.
like they're filming. They have like that light screen. I listen. I do not study film. I love watching movies, but I don't know what the heck that light screen thing is called. That makes me think that they're like filming. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, please
I'm
comment
pretty
down below if
sure
you know.
the account
The trampoline, I think.
Lucy Gray on Twitter that
Trampoline.
I got these photos from.
Yeah.
I think she was saying that they were filming the part where Lucy Gray is writing the Hanging Tree lyrics
Mm,
Oh,
and like sitting in the grass.
that makes sense.
oh, that's so
Aw.
pretty.
Yeah. Cute.
My one singular gripe though is that there are a lot of pine trees. And if this is Appalachia, there's not a lot of pine trees. I mean, we have pine trees, but like it's not like the Pacific Northwest, which is kind of how this looks. But who knows what that?
Nobody's gonna know
like
the
I said,
difference.
No,
like,
I know.
like I wouldn't know.
That's my one gripe, though. I'm just being annoying, but otherwise, it's beautiful, and I love how it looks like I could see District 12 with this, like the end of Mockingjay Part 2, like the epilogue, like it's giving that.
And then we've got this photo of a cabin.
I think that's Lucy Gray's house, honestly, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's right by the lake. So I'm kind of thinking maybe they're getting rid of the lake house and it's
Yeah,
just
I thought
like
the
the
same thing
Covey
today.
house. They're just kind of consolidating that into one place,
Mm-hmm.
which I think would be a good idea.
Yeah. Well,
agree.
especially because the lake house, like from the original series, they didn't include that ever in the movies, did they?
Mhm.
No, not ever.
That was like significant in the book, and like when you read Ballad, you're like, oh my god, it's the house or whatever. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't be significant for whatever reason, like in the movie canon. And to like introduce another location just for the sake of it, I feel like is a waste. Where if they can just condense it into two houses into one, I feel like that makes sense.
Man, just
No, I totally
retconning
agree
the
with
lake
that.
house. It's kind of a bummer,
That's such
but
a good
I mean,
thought. It's a little bit of a bummer. I agree. But at the same time, I do think it makes sense.
so I mean, then there's no fence up in District 12 during Ballad, right? So
Or
it
maybe
just
they
seems
just
a little
maybe
weird
they
that
just
they
sneak
could
under
go.
it. I don't know.
So where's Maud Avery gonna be at the end? She's gonna be in the corner while they're shooting each other? That doesn't
She's
make
in the
sense.
square or
God.
something.
Oh, okay. She's
The house just happens to be empty.
it's the village day where they can go shop, whatever. Market day. Okay.
Doesn't Spruce, like, who leaves it in the lake house though? The bag with the weapon. Is that Spruce?
Yeah.
So then Spruce just stores it in the Covey's house? I don't know. It's a little confusing.
Let me
Maybe
in.
maybe he was meeting Lucy Gray there and just like kind of left it, like because they're all gonna run away.
He's just gonna implicate them.
I don't know. Who knows? Set photos are awful because like you get so much, but you also get just so little.
Yeah, I have no idea what to make of what I'm looking at.
I know. I mean, I don't. Maybe they'll like frame it in a way that it doesn't like they don't show the lake in front of it, and they could just be like, "This is District 12. Here we go." so that doesn't, I don't know, like they might just do that. Because I mean, it does look a lot like the house that they use. I mean, I know some of y'all have been to the Henry River Mill Village, right? Yeah, it looks kind of
looks
similar to those
similar,
houses. So I mean, who knows? They might just do some movie magic and just edit out. Because I mean, the scene. One thing that they did in Mockingjay Part 1 and 2 was the scene where they did where they sang the hanging tree and blew up the dam. That was the same lake that they also did later on in the movie where Katniss, or early in the movie when Katniss sings the hanging tree. They filmed it in the same location. They just did CGI stuff to make it look like there's a dam there. But so who knows what they would do with that? They might just edit out the lake.
That is also the same location in season 1 of The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Atlanta. They could have the best shooting locations.
Yeah, I guess it could just be not even near the lake, but then they would need some other building for the lake house.
Well,
maybe
that's
they
not
do it in the middle of the
lake house
forest.
because it looks way too good.
Maybe he like hid the weapons like in a log or something like that, and they just do the whole thing outside.
It's just a log.
Like, I mean, it would be a
maybe.
callback because that's where Katniss hid her bow and arrow in the forest.
Oh no,
I
they're
mean,
only the same log.
The same log.
Could you imagine?
They're not working with very much.
I hope that's not her house or the house, because the house in the book is just like, it's like a concrete building. And that looks like a nice little cabin.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the Covey house.
Yeah, I hope so. Or I hope it's the same log she used in the first movie.
Do you guys, have we seen any set pictures of like the Justice Building or them rebuilding that at all? Because that was something Holly and I talked about on our episode yesterday, and it's like, are they going to rebuild the Justice Building? Because that is really one of the only things that we could be like, oh, I recognize that from the first movie.
No, I'm very curious about that. I've been, because like, I mean, every time they filmed it, there's always been set photos of the Justice Building. And even though there is kind of a physical discrepancy between the first movie and the second movie, because the second movie just got tinier, it just got a little smaller. I'm wondering if they'll do the big Justice Building or the small Justice Building.
I just want a Justice Building.
I do just want a Justice Building. I do just want a Justice Building. I don't know where I feel like they would film it in that park though, like where they're filming the hanging tree. I don't know why, but it seems like it has kind of the right sort of look.
Maybe it's more on the inside. There was a set picture. Oh, now I can't remember. Wasn't there a set picture that said like Unity and something? There was like big block letters in white. And so maybe the Justice Building, they're rebuilding it somewhere in there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I've lost that picture, so.
Why did they have to make it smaller in the second one?
Because they couldn't film it. They couldn't film it in the original location because they filmed that. I think they filmed the first one in North Carolina, but they just like added a facade on the back of the building.
Wow!
And
Francis really does.
Then in the second one, but then in the second one, they were like, "Oh wait, we don't have a back of a building because we're going to film it in a farm." So they just built like a facade. So it was like a lot smaller.
Honor and duty. That's what it said.
Did you find it?
These big white letters. So maybe somewhere in the middle of all that is.
Wait, could you send it?
Yeah, hold on. I sent it to you, Ronnie.
Okay, thank you.
Gosh, there's like so many set pictures to keep track of.
Oh, I hadn't seen I have not seen this. I know there are so many. Oh my god! Wow.
Stop. Come here.
Yeah, there's like some Yeah, I forgot about these. So there's like some mining carts as well. There's some like strange looking metal cage thing that was like on the back of a truck, which is like, is that part of the hanging tree setup?
It looks like a medieval torture device.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like a torture device.
I thought it looked like a metal mannequin. I got scared.
Oh, does it say? So it's something duty, I think. Is that a deer?
I think it says honor and duty.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where I got that from though.
These are interesting. God, I didn't realize that there were so many more photos.
Yeah, shout out to Lily for taking these pictures.
Literally, I feel like we'll definitely get something when they start filming. At least I hope so. These lights are cool. I love this like hallway. I guess like outdoor hallway situation.
Which it looks like in that hallway there's like places for posters to go up, but I'm like, were those already there, or did they install those?
They look really cool. I hope that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
If they put some cool propaganda posters in there though,
let's hope it's not something. Let's just hope that it's not something printed on computer paper.
They could have asked me for my posters back, you know.
Humble brag. Humble brag.
So jealous. Yeah, who knows? I just it's gonna look different. I mean, definitely than like the first movie. I mean, I guess the first two movies, and I guess the third that showed District 12. Like it's more industrial looking, like way more than Catching Fire, which definitely was more industrial looking than Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mood. It's definitely a mood.
It reminds me of Catching Fire, I think.
Yeah.
I think it fits in. I'm just excited, hopefully, that we get to see more of District 12, because it's always felt kind of, I don't know, like we really didn't get to see very much in the Hunger Games. And then I felt like we got to see a little bit more in Catching Fire, but I want it to really feel like have like a sense of place, which I agree. I feel like in like some continuity feeling. I just want to see more of District 12.
That's also why I'm excited about the movie, because the Capitol too. I've always wanted to see more of the Capitol, and I am so excited about that. I mean, District 12 as well too, but I hope that they really spend time on world building in this movie,
which I feel like is something Francis Lawrence likes to do.
He's so,
like maybe
he's
have
so
time
good at it
to do in the other movies. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we're gonna get to see some really cool things.
Why is it like more than a year until this comes out? I'm so upset.
Right. I feel like we're ready for it to come out like next week.
No, I want it out literally right now, just immediately.
So I think they're filming the Hob scenes coming up. Like there was a casting call that said that they were going to be filming and needed dancers like the 10th through the 19th of August. So that's cool. It's cool just to know that like what they're filming.
Yes. It's cool, but it's also like FOMO.
I know
that we're not the dancers at the Hob. Right.
I would learn how to dance.
Yeah. They asked me, but I was busy. I couldn't make it.
Just like you being Snow.
Yeah. Be hip hop dancing in the corner of the Hob.
I hope those scenes are fun. I'm very curious to see how they do them. Because I mean, honestly, Ballad, this is the hill that I will die on. Ballad is a musical.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It is.
I mean, it is 100% a musical. And I'm curious to see what they're going to keep, like song wise.
Mhm.
I feel like they're going to condense some things, but like, I don't know. I don't know how long they're going to focus on them because I think it's such an important thing.
They really have to have at least like 5 songs in there, something like that.
I
mean,
hope so.
Yeah, because they have to have the reaping song. I'm sure Lucy Gray is going to sing again in the Capitol. There has to be the hanging tree. Maybe they could condense it to 3. She sings in the arena though once.
Yeah, but
That's like
Yeah.
4 minimum for the plot.
Please
So-
cut the reaping.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say
Please-
that.
please
so
get rid of
much.
that.
I hate it's so cringy. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Like,
ew.
and
Well, that
The first
whole
time
scene
I-
is just so much.
it's so like just like do the snake thing, and it's like okay, cool, but like don't sing. I'm sorry.
I would
Agreed.
love if they
I
cut
really
the
hope
reaping
they cut
song.
I mean, compared to the first book's reaping, it's kind of like a clown show, to be honest.
Yeah.
well,
It goes from like
yeah.
really serious,
I mean, she
emotional,
is in a rainbow
sacrificial.
outfit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Rainbow
I'm sure
to
you-
me never like the Target Pride collection. Okay, like I didn't think it was that. You know,
Oh my God.
it's like I just always assumed like rainbow just meant like was just like a metaphorical way of saying like a colorful thing, and it can still be
Yeah.
colors. I didn't take it like a literal rainbow dress, but I agree though that like the reaping and ballad was like rough, and because it's kind of like at the early side of the book. When I was first reading ballad, I was like, oh no, like what are we doing?
I know, same.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And I trust the process, like just good. But I'm like, I don't like it. Like this is not my jam. And I agree that like the snake
I've
thing was
never
cool, and everything that came after that, I was like, no.
yeah. I've never met I've never talked about this with anybody before. So I'm glad that I could get this out of my system, but I just really hated the reaping scene. Other than the snake thing.
I think it was the first time I sat there and thought, why did I want this book? And I slowly got used to it from there.
Yeah. Just what was she? I'm sorry, Suzanne, we love you, sweetie, but like wrong move. I don't know.
Well, I feel like the reaping scene is even like it's going to be even more tragic as well. So, because it's not so formalized.
That's true.
So I feel like it's just going to be an even more like rough seeming scene, like and then to just start singing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in the first Hunger Games book, Haymitch is at the reaping, and it's like a kind of funny moment because he just like throws up on people, like, and they cut that in the movie, which I'm glad they did. So maybe they'll do that with this. I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, if they cut the song, it could all be saved. I think I could deal with the snake. Just cut the song.
I don't know if they'll
Yeah.
cut it.
I don't think they
so,
will
'cause
either.
I don't think
establishes
so.
You
Lucy
guys,
Gray as a
doesn't it say
character.
in the description of the movie that when Lucy Gray sings at the reaping?
Oh no.
No.
Like we've
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of known that
no.
for a while.
No.
We all
I forgot
repressed
about
that.
No, I forgot.
What-
Oh
what if-
God,
This is-
I
a World War Z situation where in the trailer for World War Z there was a whole scene in the trailer that never was in the movie, and then after like people noticed that, they're like, wait a minute, what the heck is that, like what happened there? And and in the case of World War Z, they ended up refilming like half the movie because Brad Pitt hated it, but
Oh my gosh,
Honestly, terrific movie though, I have to say.
that was a good
I
movie.
agree.
It's
It was a good
scary
movie.
movie.
Waiting
I-
for part 2, like
that the trilogy was canceled because I love that movie. But anyway, yeah, maybe it's just like in the description right now, and maybe as they're filming, they're like, we filmed this scene, but it didn't feel right. So they're going to cut it. There's still time, folks. There's still time.
Maybe her vocal cords will still hurt from Snow White. She won't be able to do it.
Oh my gosh.
We'll just have to like a no singing rule for a while. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, okay. The description says after Lucy Gray commands all of Panem's attention by defiantly singing during the reaping ceremony.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there we go.
It's a no for me, dog.
Emily, bad news tonight.
Sorry.
Why am I nauseous? Oh no, I can't. I have to go see this movie alone, or at least with somebody that is like a fan, because I cannot bring a friend to that.
No.
That's just like
No,
a
you
casual fan.
Mhm.
Oh no.
No, that would be painful.
Ronnie, I got you.
I mean,
We'll
Come
go.
see it with
Okay,
us. We
thank
can
you,
all
thank you,
see it
thank you.
together.
okay, let's do it. But I mean, listen, the hanging tree. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to be hopeful. I think they did Deep in the Meadow and the Hanging Tree right in the movie. When I did read the first Hunger Games book, when she sang Deep in the Meadow to Rue, honestly, I thought it was kind of cheesy. Like, it was sad. It made me cry. I bawled like a baby, but I couldn't really see that being in a movie. Like, it just didn't make sense to me, because I was like, what are they going to do? Make it a musical? I don't know. So I trust, I think. I'm just trying to be an optimist here, but maybe it'll be done really well. I don't know.
Yeah, I trust him.
We'll see.
I
I don't
think.
know. It's just like you said at the beginning, it's something I can't picture right now. And I don't think I
Yeah,
will be able
it's
to.
so hard. I mean, that's why I felt with Mockingjay as well. Like, I could not have pictured Mockingjay, especially Mockingjay Part 2. I could not imagine that being a movie when I first read it. But now I'm just like, okay.
This is not a serious request, but I would still love it if they did this in the way that they re-released Frozen like a couple weeks after the initial Frozen release, but then they did like a sing-along version in theaters.
Yes.
On the screen. Okay, this is controversial maybe to some people. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. However, did I go to the sing-along to Frozen more than once? Yes. Did I sing Frozen in the hallways at school with my friend? Yes. If they did ballad, I would be unstoppable. Okay, like fun.
Your ultimate form.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really not even like that. Like, I was not a theater kid. No hate. I'm just saying, like, I was really not like, whatever reason, it just resonated with me. And if there were a ballad sing-along version in theaters, forget about it. That's
$1 billion instantly.
Yep.
I would be there as well, trust me. Every showing, I think.
Yes.
I don't think I'd be there.
I couldn't.
I normally would not be there either, but I just need it. So
Unfortunately, I am a theater kid, so this feeds both of my addictions to Hunger Games and theater.
Okay, me too.
Ronnie, you and I will just book a movie theater, and then we'll just go crazy.
Let's do it.
I think
I'm here for it.
Okay.
It's the move. It's the day. I'm here for
Yay!
it. So I'm trying to think what else, like what other set photos. I just don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, right now, honestly. I just don't know what's going on. And
We
it's
did
very
get a
mad at me.
photo. I don't know where this photo came from, so I'm assuming it was for ballad, but there was a photo of like a wig head that said Rachel Zegler
yes.
on it.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
So I think that's confirmed that she's wearing a wig
Yeah.
of some kind.
It was like a bald styrofoam head that they used to pin wigs on it. And there was no wig, but it just says Rachel Zegler on it. And it was one of the costuming people, I guess the hairdresser for Ballad.
Okay, well,
I was gonna ask
I guess
about
that
that.
answers that question then.
So it is definitely, she's going to be wearing a wig. So I'm curious. I want to see Tom's wig. I'm so curious about that. That's going to be insane.
Yeah, I want to know what Tom looks like.
Because I mean, he posted that photo of him with the short blonde hair, so I'm assuming that he's gonna be wearing a wig, and then when he does his Peacekeeper time, he's just gonna take off the wig and just use that short blonde hair. I'm assuming.
The bleached hair, yeah.
Already.
God, it looks so bad. Like,
it's awful.
Literally, in April 2020, when I was spiraling from the pandemic, I bleached my hair. It looked just like that.
Oh my god.
Y'all, I'm so excited. I can't even hide my excitement. I'm so here for it. I love it. I don't care.
I'm so excited. No, same. I'm so excited about it. I just hope he looks. I think he's grown on me a lot. Like when I first cast him, I was like, I've only seen him in one thing, and it was The Gilded Age on HBO. It was like my favorite show. It's so bad. But he was on an episode, and I even thought like, hey, that kid like looks like he could be a famous actor one day. And I looked him up, and he was.
I thought that too.
Yes. No, his character was in one episode, but it stuck with me. I don't know
why. It's because he's really attractive. That's why.
No, I feel. Don't put me on the hanging tree here. But I was like, he's gonna be. And then when the news came out, I was like, oh, cool. And then when I saw him on IMDb, I was like, oh, it's that guy. So I don't know. I have faith in him. I think it's gonna be good. I just don't know what he's going to look like though, and that's what bothers me. I don't know what they're going to do with his hair. This is what I worry about.
Has anybody watched Billy the Kid? Am I the only one?
I think you're the only one.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the first minute or two.
That doesn't count.
I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because that was it.
How is he?
Saloon.
I thought it was pretty good. I feel like he doesn't have a really big emotional range, but I feel like it can fit for Snow.
I could see that.
And I don't know if it was just the character, like I don't know if that was just the choice, or it's just so hard. I mean, I've talked about this a little bit before, but like, how can you compare to Jennifer Lawrence, who, you know, just one look into her eyes and you know exactly like what she's thinking and feeling.
Queen of face acting. She's so good at it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm spoiled on like any other actor. I just can't compare.
I know. And that's also why like I felt a little disappointed with. I mean, I love Rachel Zegler. I don't know. I was expecting somebody more like acting chops caliber. I don't know. But I'm excited to see what she'll do with the character. I mean, I think she sings really well. I loved her in West Side Story.
I hope they have good chemistry. I mean, I feel like that's just what's important.
Because she did not with Ansel in West Side Story at all.
That's funny.
But then there's the question of Dr. Gall.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Just anger is going on right now. That's about all.
I mean, do we all feel confident now that it's like not Viola?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Jerry?
Jerry still has hope.
I just can't stop imagining her as Dr. Gall, so I just hope
is Dr. Gall. I don't know. So I would have liked to see her as Dr. Gall, but I've never like been able to picture her as Dr. Gall.
I haven't either, but it was more like faith that she's such a good actress that she would do an amazing job.
Yeah.
I just imagined her with gray hair and I was like, boom.
There we go. That's all you need is gray hair.
Lab coat, and I was like, boom.
I mean, I didn't imagine. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I didn't imagine Peter as Dr. or Dean Highbottom, but I love it. So
yeah,
it's perfect. Yeah. I love it.
So good.
When I saw that casting announcement, I was at work, like on my break, and I just go, "Oh my god, yes!" Like so.
Yeah.
Because it never occurred to me, but like it's like boom, I was sold.
Everyone is sold. Like everyone loves him, and I'm so excited about it.
Me too. He's gonna be. I feel like he'll add the complexities because, like, I mean, Dean Highbottom is a very complex character. I mean, he's drugged up all the time and has like a bad history with high school, which like I get that sometimes. He's and I feel like Peter Dinklage is going to do that really well. He's a good subtle actor.
I'm curious, Ronnie, what are your thoughts about who the recast might be?
I heard a rumor, and I cannot publicly announce my sources. It's not guaranteed, and I don't know if it's 100% like official, but I heard that Meryl Streep read for it.
What?
I heard that she read for it. I don't know any more than that.
Oh my god, I was not expecting that.
I don't know, because she did. I don't know how many of y'all like know this, but she originally auditioned for Coin. And so I think that this is just like she wants to try to get into the franchise finally. So I don't know though. Like there might have been something that I don't know, because I feel like would have heard more about this by now. Moore.
Yeah, that's what we got.
I love Julianne Moore though. Honestly, I love she's very straightforward in the role as Coin. But yeah, I could see Meryl doing it.
Oh my gosh, that would be like a fan cast dream come true.
I know, right?
I would love that.
I would die. But like I said, please take this with like an absolute grain of salt, because like there are probably dozens and dozens of actresses that have read for the part.
Yeah.
So who knows? But like I would love it. I would absolutely freak out and panic.
Okay.
But
I mean, if Meryl wants it though, give it to her. Like what?
No, literally. No, literally.
What?
But I mean, things might fall through though, like kind of how it was with Viola. So like contracts are tricky from what I've heard. Like I don't know. I've never been a famous actor, but like it's always very tricky, like scheduling stuff like that. Especially since like after the pandemic and like everything's been shifted around and stuff.
Now people need to make like a Devil Wears Prada X like West Side Story edit, so then we get all our characters.
Oh my god,
that's her. It's her in The Giver. I mean, that's it. That's her.
Oh,
that's all she is.
That's not what I was thinking, but
oh my god.
You know what's funny? Because I feel like there's another rumor that it's Alfre Woodard, and both her and Meryl Streep were both in a series of unfortunate events and played like the same role.
Yes. That would be fabulous though. That would be I mean, I love her. She was so good.
I would be so happy if that's true.
I would be too. That series is amazing. God, I want a Hunger Games style TV series on Netflix. Like so badly. Like I just want them to do all the books. Like it's like a Netflix series with a high budget and like go for it. Like do everything. I would die. But
it'd be amazing.
That'll be in another 10 years.
Right, the reboot.
I think so. I hope so. I'll be here for it, hopefully. We'll like join for another podcast.
Yes.
We'll still be here.
Did you guys
the limited series form? And I mean I'm happy with the movie and everything, but I definitely feel like limited series format lends itself very well for, or Hunger Games lends itself very well for that.
100%.
I still feel like that's what Ballad should have been, but
I agree.
We're here now.
I totally agree. Did you see about the recast potentially of Mayfair?
Yeah. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea.
Maybe
like,
it has something to do with because was her name Laurel?
That
was cast originally. So. Wasn't she in Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
So maybe it has something to do with that. And like a second season or something like that.
She chose a Marvel movie over the Hunger Games.
Well, maybe she didn't want to.
She probably wanted to.
She took one look at
her.
I'm curious to see though, like how I have no idea who this actress is.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, it looks like she only has one other credit that I haven't heard of. So
I'm
I feel like
curious.
she has a good like face for it.
She does. She looks a little mean, so yeah.
Like, kind of like that RBF, yeah. So that works.
Yes. I just think it's so funny though that they haven't like announced a lot of the other tribute / mentors, even though like we've seen them, these unknown tribute / mentors on Instagram and stuff. Right? You guys have seen those?
One of the unknown like people that we know that is involved, but we didn't know who they were. Now they're listed on IMDb as the stunt double for Tanner. So I feel like a group of them are definitely like stunt doubles for the tributes that, you know, don't really do their own stunts. But I feel like there's a couple in there that are like cast members that they just haven't announced for some reason.
They haven't done a casting announcement in so long at this point. The last was Peter Dinklage, right? Like,
it's been weeks.
Oh God.
It's been
Lionsgate, if you're listening. We just need to send this whole thing to Lionsgate. We have their whole marketing strategy planned for them.
Yes.
Everything. Like, they know what to do now. But I'm excited either way.
Yeah, I'm excited to hopefully get some more behind the scenes pictures, leaked pictures for the hanging tree. And I don't know, maybe
imagine how we're gonna be. Imagine how we're gonna be when the trailer drops.
Oh my God!
If we're talking this long,
that'll be the day.
Like, God, we're talking this long about like, oh, that tree doesn't look like it's in North Carolina, or it doesn't look like it's in Appalachia. Or is that, why does that shed look unfinished? And why does
it just takes me back to like Hunger Games Fireside Chat when trailers would come out and they did a 15-second analysis.
Yes.
Like of every 15 seconds.
I was there for every single one. It was so good. They were always very long. And we're gonna do the same thing, I feel.
Yes, we are.
Let's do it because it was so good. The film dissection that they did on those trailers was insane.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything that we missed? I feel like there were a lot of little things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of little things.
An eventful tribute talk.
Yeah.
We would love to have you back on, Ronnie, too. It was great having you on here tonight. And you too, Abby.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Both of you. Like, come any week that you want. We will always have you.
Yeah. I feel like it's always fun to have a big group.
Mm-hmm.
I always love it. I listen, don't tempt me. I can be back next Monday.
Well, next week we're reading Mockingjay. I guess that's a good advertisement for next week.
Oh, wait, yes.
Yeah, we're starting our reread of Mockingjay. So we'll come with chapters 1 and 2 read, and then we do a little book talk. So both of you are invited. Anyone's invited to come talk Mockingjay next week. Very exciting. And probably some news, of course. We can't forget that.
Hopefully Viola. Or somebody else.
Anybody. Meryl?
Oh God, please.
I would lose it if it's Meryl Streep.
Worry about the movie flopping or not, because I feel like a Meryl Streep announcement would just guarantee people to come.
Exactly.
I hope so, yeah.
I think that's part of the reasons why they might want her, though. Like, honestly, there's not like too many huge A-list actors, I would argue, in this movie. I mean, like,
sorry,
I don't know, like no shade on any of them. They're all very popular actors. I mean, Peter Dinklage, I guess, is probably the closest. I don't know. Like, I feel like a name like Meryl Streep would draw people in way more.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Lionsgate,
please, if you're listening.
Drop the casting right now.
Right now, just do it.
It comes out tomorrow.
Could you listen? I'm claiming it. Like,
okay, well, sweet. If that's the end of tonight, again, thank you both for joining us. Thank you everyone for listening. We have a new episode that came out yesterday, so go listen or watch that. And obviously check out jabberjay.net because very important. And you will stay up to date on everything. And yeah, join us for next week. Read chapters 1 and 2 and come prepared to talk about it.
It'll be fun.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a good